Alrighty, so boys and girls, here we are for the answers for the Module 6, Lesson 2 homework. Hopefully you had a ruler that had the inch side, but also the centimeter side. And you'll know it's a centimeter because it'll say cm. So your job was to draw what 2.6 would look like, or 2 and 6 cents. So 1, 2, and then we have to go a little bit past the midway point. And that right there is what 2.6 centimeters would look like. Now, as a mixed number, we're talking 2 and 6 tenths. On the next one, you needed 3 and 5 tenths. So again, starting the 0 mark, go over 1, 2, 3, and halfway over. That's what it would look like. And as a mixed number, 3 and 5 tenths. Our next one, 1 and 7 tenths. We're gonna go 1 whole 1, go find the middle, go over 1, 2 little lines pass. I know sometimes it's kind of tricky to see, okay? And that's gonna be 1 and 7 tenths. As we move down the page, we're gonna have 4 and 3 tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 tiny little marks there. Okay, now if you did not have a centimeter part, you could have used the inch side, but it's not going to match up quite the same. So 4 and 3 tenths, and there's going to be a big difference between that and, you know, in inches, you go all the way over here, and these little tiny lines are not tenths. So that's why we want to use the metric. So we have 2 and 2 tenths now, so 1, 2, and 2 tiny little marks over. So there's 2 and 2 tenths, or 2 and 2 tenths, like that. Okay, so hopefully that was easy for you. At the bottom, we're going to be writing the following in decimal form, and we're also going to rename them. So 2 ones and 4 tenths. So 2 in the ones place, a 4 in the tenths place. So 2 ones, that means we have 2 of these big giant things shaded in. And I'm going to shade kind of sloppily at first, and then I'll go back and touch it up. Okay, so we've got 2 whole ones and 4 tenths. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of my tenths. And then I can just go with my eraser and just kind of just tidy it up a little bit. Probably could have shaded these first ones a little bit neater, but I want to make sure you guys get the general idea, right? So we have 2 full whole blocks and then 4 smaller ones. On the back, you have 3 ones and 8 tenths. So again, we're going to do 3 big whole ones here. 1, 2, 3, and we have 8 more to go. Done my shading right. I'd have 2 left over, and of course, you know, you can tidy it up, make your work look a little bit neater. Okay, we're not going for absolute perfection, but we've got our 3 ones and our 8 tenths. You know, I probably should have double checked on the directions. Are we supposed to rename it as a fraction also? We probably should. So let me also write this, rather than the big long thing, I'm going to write 3 and 8 tenths as the fraction way. Okay, and you can do the same with yours. So on here, I'm just going to color in the 4 blocks this time, because we have 4 as our whole number. It's in the ones place. Lots of shading. And then we only need 1 little tenth, so here's our 1 tenth right there. Again, I don't want to leave super sloppy work, so I'm just gonna go back over this, erase my little extra marks without taking up too much of your time while you're checking your homework. Okay. And since 4, like I said, whole number, it's in the ones place, that 1/10 is right there in the tenths place. Our next one, 1 4/10. Again, 1 is our whole number. The 4 goes in the tenths place. So we've got the 1 whole. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths. It asks us on this one, how much more is needed to get to 5? Well, we need 1, 2, 3 wholes and 6 tenths, or 3 6 tenths more. At the bottom, they've tried to trick us by doing 33 tenths. Well, we know from Module 5 that that would be like saying 3 3 tenths, which we then can put into decimal form with 3 3 tenths. So we color in our whole number. So we've got 3 big rectangles, or I guess these are squares. So 3 big squares to color in. Followed by our 3 tenths. And again, I will touch this up. And it asks how much more is needed to get to 5. Well, we've got 1 whole 1 and 7 tenths more. And it doesn't matter if you wanted to put the fraction form or the decimal form first. Either way is the same. Hopefully your homework went well. Talk to you next time.